Welcome back to Plum Crypto, the channel for those who don't do crypto. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about risk, the difference between risk and volatility. So there are a lot of people that look at cryptocurrency and just simply because it's relatively unknown to the masses, they view it as this really super risky thing. And I would say that there are a lot of cryptocurrencies out there that are super risky. And I wouldn't ever suggest that you invest any significant amount of money into something that is otherwise extremely risky. I will say that, as you know, the principle goes, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. But anytime there is a significant sell-off, you're going to have a large number of ETFs, a large number of people who are going to want to buy the dip. And so I think that it's going to prohibit it from crashing too far like it has in the past. I mean, we've seen extreme 30, 40% sell-offs in this market before. But again, this market has been tiny. When you have just a few people in the market, then you can have those kinds of swings. But with mass adoption, I don't think that we're going to see those kinds of swings anymore. I do believe that there's going to be big dips and valleys relative to what stock markets experience. But as far as like losing all of your money, I think that there is a much greater chance that you will 10x your money than there is of you losing your money. On top of that, as I've mentioned before, I recommend that you dollar cost average in. So you don't put any more in than what you can afford to lose. Whether that's $5, $500, or $5,000, whatever that number is for you. You can take your Starbucks budget and invest that into crypto, into Bitcoin more specifically. And I believe that it's a relative certainty that 10 years from now, it's going to be worth way more than what it is today. On top of that, I would also make the argument that the value of your dollar is dropping. Every year it's dropping more and more and more and more. It's incredible how much it's dropping. You realize we've got the same minimum wage now that we did in 2009. The price of things has skyrocketed. Inflation is probably closer to 20% than it is to 7%, which I think is what the latest CPI number shows, which is nonsense, and we all know that it's nonsense. So the crypto market gives you the ability to put your money into something that does have wild swings, but over time, if you look at what Bitcoin's done since its inception versus the stock market, the S&P, the Dow, or any of those other things, gold, you pick the asset, you pick the class, Bitcoin has smoked all of them. And I think that it's going to continue to do so. And not only that, I think it's going to continue to do so at a much quicker rate now, because you have sovereign wealth funds out there. You have big money out there that wants to put 1 to 3% of their portfolio in something like this because they see what the return could be. Also, there's only 21 million Bitcoin to be mined, and we're at like 19.7 million right now. So there's only like 1.3 million Bitcoin left to be mined. And when all 21 million Bitcoin have been mined, because that's the maximum amount that will be in circulation, it's not like the Fed where they can just print more. There's only 21 million of them. And so when all 21 million of them are accounted for, the price of Bitcoin is going to skyrocket because it will be in the possession of whoever has bought it up until that point. I believe that those are all contributing factors to why it's a foregone conclusion that Bitcoin price is going to soar. There are a lot of people that are a lot smarter than I am with a lot more money than I have that are investing in Bitcoin with the idea that it will be $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 somewhere in the future. And I believe that it gets there sooner rather than later. You know, it's interesting. I was talking this morning with a gentleman who I showed him and taught him about cryptocurrency just last August. I helped him get some Bitcoin, and it was $16,000, $17,000, somewhere around in there. And I knew at the time we were near the bottom, if not at the bottom. I called the bottom at 15.2, I think. And there was a lot of people that were calling for it to go down to 10. I just saw that there was way too many buyers in the market for it to go that low, as best as I could tell. And it just so happened that ended up being the bottom. 15 something ended up being the bottom. So I was able to help him and several other people get Bitcoin near the bottom of what it was since then. And frankly, I don't think we're ever going to see those prices again. We will never see 15,000 again, in my opinion. I don't think we'll ever see 20 or 30 again. Might we see 40? Maybe. Who knows, right? But there's just so much big money waiting to buy this that I think that from this point going forward, we just won't see the massive types of sell-offs that we've seen in the past. With all of that said, I want you to understand that investing in Bitcoin is you're investing in something that does have volatility, more volatility than any stock that you've ever invested in if you've invested in a stock. However, I would suggest that the reward is far greater than the risk. I think that Bitcoin will be 300% higher than what it is right now within 5 years. And that's so conservative relative to what most of the market experts are saying. But I don't want to make some sort of crazy projection that you guys count on that doesn't happen. I told the guy last year that invested last year, I said, within the next 5 years, I think that your investment will triple. It tripled in 15, 16 months. It tripled. It tripled a lot quicker than I anticipated that it would. Now that the ETFs have been approved and people are going to be investing in this through different methods and means, and it's going to go mainstream, I just think we're in for a humongous ride. And I think that for those of you who are going to get in now, you're still really, really early. I mean, really early. So I hope this finds you well. I hope that this encourages you. I hope that this is informative for you. If you have any questions, please comment in the section below. I'll be trying to answer anybody's questions in future videos and on live streams. And I hope you guys are blessed. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again on the next one.